Good morning, friends. Welcome back to another full day of food. We are headed out this morning, so we have a busy morning of trying to get breakfast for everybody. I also need to pack some lunches for us, and the kids are all just eating right now. I'm about to make some breakfast for myself, so I will show you. Charity's all ready for playing soccer today.
Put the cloth on that. We'll have lunch on the way home.
We'll have lunch on the way home or at the park or something. Yeah, we'll see. So the kids are just finishing up some breakfast. They are having toast. I was gonna say peanut butter, jam, honey. It looks like everybody's having jam. So that's our breakfast. We have orange juice. I like to just break my yolk a little bit before I turn it because I like my eggs. I used to like them like hard, like nothing moving at all in the yolk. I wanted it totally hard. Now I'm okay with it just being a little bit yolky, but I don't want it like dribbling down my chin yolky. I've got my buttered toast, and now I'm going to put some avocado on it. I bought some avocados last week, and it had been a few weeks since I bought avocados, so I was excited to have avocado toast. I haven't had that in a while, so I just get that all sliced in there, and then I can just squeeze it onto my toast. I might even do, okay, this is gonna be a lot of avocado, but I think I'm gonna do the whole thing because half is too little, and it's so tricky to actually store an opened avocado. So I'll just do this whole thing. It's going to be very avocado-y, but so I'm just going to grab a fork. Just knock on the door then, Wesley. Okay, well, I'm sure he'll be out soon. We're doing our bathroom reno right now, so we're down to one bathroom, which proves itself to be a little bit tricky, although we have had years. Like when Zara was born, when Wesley was born, we only had one bathroom, so it's nothing new, but when you suddenly go from 2 bathrooms down to 1, it's just a little bit tricky. Okay, so I'm going to smush all that avocado. So many nutrients, lots of healthy fats. Now I am just going to put a bit of salt and pepper on that, and then my fried egg, and there you go. That's my breakfast today. Little update, Elijah came up. I didn't realize he hadn't even eaten his toast yet, and he's like, oh, can I please have some of that avocado too? And so I didn't want to open up another avocado, so I gave him half my avocado. So once again, I just have half an avocado on my toast. And Elijah, he's my kid that loves avocado. Here are the lunches I packed today. So all the kids basically have the same thing. I have to get all their lids on. I've got all these lids for them, but they're lunch boxes. We have crackers, some peanut butter pretzels, cheese string. Zara begged to not have any ham, so she has no meat. She has apples, cucumbers, there's peppers. So everybody has just a very similar lunch there. I am having a no carb lunch for myself. So we had pork chops last night. I just have a leftover pork chop chopped up there, cucumbers, peppers, got myself a couple of cheese strings, and then I think I need to get myself a lunch box like this because mine's just like everywhere. I also packed some almonds and cashews. I actually think I'm gonna put a few more in there as well for if the kids want some, because they like nuts too. And then I also have a bunch of granola bars in my bag too, so if this isn't enough, you know, we have an extra treat. There's no treats in here. So anyway, that is gonna be our lunch today. I also have all of our water bottles lined up here. We gotta fill those up, and then we'll be heading up the door right away.
Avocado toast is so good.
Was it so good?
Especially salt and pepper.
I know, so good. We haven't even left yet. No, we don't have oranges. We haven't even left yet, and Wesley's saying, I'm so hungry. So I got out a couple bananas. I realized the kids didn't have any fruit with their breakfast. Wesley, why? He's been asking me this like every day. Why don't we have any oranges, Mom? Wesley, we just don't have any right now. Next time I go to the store, I'll buy some. But for now, you guys can maybe each have a half banana. Then we'll go out the door. I do also have to mention I am bringing along my morning coffee, but you guys already knew I'd be bringing coffee, didn't you?
We have been trying to intake a lot of water today. I actually took a drink just before I pulled out my camera and I feel like I have water. I do have water dripping down my chin, but I just wanted to say I also got a coffee while we were out. We haven't had anything else yet that you haven't seen. For afternoon snack, I also got a little bit of sun today. When we left, it was overcast, but then the sun came out and I probably should have put some sunscreen on. But shortly, the kids will all be having popsicles for afternoon snack. I don't know yet what I'm gonna have, but I see that my battery light is flashing, so I'm gonna charge the camera and I'll be back in a little bit to show you what we're having for snack.
I just need to get my carrots ready now. I put a roast into the Instant Pot and I didn't even film it because I'm like, oh goodness, I forget how long. Like the Instant Pot cooks so quickly compared to, you know, any other method, but it still takes a little while when you're cooking a whole roast. So I got that prepped, sauteed it, and then stuck it in the Instant Pot. And it needs to cook for 35 minutes, but then it takes time to warm up. And anyways, I was like, oh my goodness, I need to get supper started right now. So I didn't even show that process, but I have a roast cooking. I'm gonna do mashed potatoes. You saw I chopped them up. Usually I would peel them, but again, I was a little tight for time, so I didn't peel my potatoes. I just chopped them up and they are cooking. I don't do mashed potatoes very often, but doing those tonight. And now I am just going to chop up some carrots and get those cooking on the stove top as well.
As I said earlier, the kids all had a popsicle. That was their afternoon snack. They haven't come and said they're hungry other than having that popsicle, so I think they're good. Actually, the 4 little kids had a popsicle. Elijah he found one ice cream sandwich in the freezer, so he had that. I don't feel like I had that big of a lunch, but I don't know if it's the heat or what, but I'm just not that hungry. But I am just going to drink this. It's root beer sparkling water. It's not my favorite sparkling water, this root beer flavor, but I have a whole case of it, so I'm gonna drink that, and I think that's probably all that I'll have until we eat supper.
This is typically how my element looks when I've made potatoes. When I've boiled potatoes, so much boils over. I try to keep on top of it, but these are done being cooked, so I'm gonna turn that one off. My carrots are still cooking. I drain the water out of this, but I just leave a little bit behind just to keep a little bit extra liquid in there. And then I do make some pretty creamy, yummy mashed potatoes. So I add butter, I add sour cream, I add milk. I'm gonna add some garlic powder, definitely salt and pepper, and then some chives as well. I've got 1 minute left on the Instant Pot, and then I'll let that naturally release for a little bit, and hopefully everything will be ready close to around the same time. These are green onions, or actually they're chives from our garden, by the way. So we have a lot, and they're always just out there ready to be used. Actually, the kids love, especially the boys, I think all 3 boys love to just eat the chives. Like sometimes I'm like, oh my goodness, who's been eating chives? Somebody has such stinky breath. But they love to just munch on these when they are outside. I actually thought maybe they would eat so many that I would have none left for cooking, but they left some. There's enough for me to, you know, put some in my salads, in scrambled eggs. I just use them a lot actually, and I think they'll be really yummy in these mashed potatoes. With how much liquid I left in here, these are actually already like not too thick, but I think I will add just a little bit of milk too. These are gonna be so creamy. Okay, I was watching the camera and not what I was doing. So creamy because I added a lot of milk there. I put so much extra into these potatoes that I don't really even need to make gravy for them. I mean, I'm making a roast, so I could have done gravy, but I think that these will just be really good even without gravy. Here's a look at the meat. I had a roast, like I said. Let's try to not get all steamed up. I cut up the roast. Let me get I was gonna say my tweezers, my tongs. I cut up the roast into smaller pieces, just hoping that it would cook a little bit faster, and that way I could get more spices on everything too. That is our meat. I've got our potatoes here, our carrots here, ready for dinner. Here's a look at my dinner plate. I will likely come and get a little bit more too, especially of the meat. We'll see. We'll see how this plate goes. I said I wasn't hungry for an afternoon snack, but I also quickly got a workout in before supper, and I am really hungry now. As I was slicing up some meat for the kids, well, we're getting steamy here. As I was slicing up meat for some of the little kids, I did try a little bite of the meat, and it is so good. It always makes me a little bit nervous, like, am I gonna ruin this? Is it going to be tough and chewy? But it is so tender, so I'm really looking forward to getting this in my belly. We are doing a movie night tonight, so here are our movie snacks. Everybody wanted salty snacks, so we have some popcorn, just salted, and some dill pickle chips. I'm really feeling like I want something sweet, not salty, so I got a whole bunch of these bars. I think I got like 5 maybe for Mother's Day. So I had this orange one that was up in my night table drawer, and you know, it's 2/3 gone. And then I had this one, this hazelnut one, up in our cupboard. I'm going to munch on those. I also have my water here. I said I'm not really feeling like a salty snack. That being said, popcorn is definitely one of my weaknesses, so I'm sure I'll have a little bit of that, but my plan mostly is to just have chocolate.